Hey y'all, my name is Abby and I am going to be presenting my lesson plan for my Environmental Education Resources class at Longwood University. So one of the main topics that I decided to do is to allow people in quarantine to go outside and to engage in their natural environments, could be in their backyard or in their front yard, and just to kind of get outside and use their skills using a bingo card to go around and find some different objects in their environments. Then they can become familiar with them and maybe learn something new about what's around them. So one of the things that I've done is I've created a bingo card. It doesn't say bingo, but you see that you have the free space in the middle. It's a 5x5. And in order for you to complete this activity, you would need to find bingo. So you can see down here on the bottom, I found the bottom row. But you can find it up and down, you can find it side to side, and you can also find it diagonally. If you want, you can also play the blackout version where you find every single thing on this list. That'll be pretty cool to do. So before you get started, you're going to need a few things. You are going to need a plastic bag. You can already see that I already have some specimen in here to collect some of your activities if you would like to. You would also need a cell phone or a camera to help you take pictures of some of the objects, as you cannot, stick a squirrel or an animal print into your bag. That would not be very good. And you will finally need a pencil and a piece of paper to cross off the items that you find on your list, and to also answer some of the questions that I have about some of the environment, about some of the objects that you found in your environment. So before we get into it, let's go over some of those questions. I would like y'all to answer what objects you found. So for each object that it's windy. So for each object that you found, I would like you to answer all these questions for each of them. So you can ask yourself, what is the question? So you can ask yourself, what is the object? Where did it come from? How do you think it ended up where you found it? Are there any special features about it, and what are they? Which one of your 5 senses did you use to find it? And how can you use that object in everyday life? All right. So now let's get going. Let's go on our scavenger hunt. Hey y'all, it's Abby again. So right now I'm just walking down some steps in my backyard to go into the backyard, so then we can start our bingo card and to start our experiment. So here's my backyard that we're looking at. So one of the first things that we're going to look for on my card, I'm looking in the bottom left-hand corner, is a picture of a domestic animal. So that can be a cat or a dog. I'm going to show y'all my dog here super quick. All right, y'all, there's my dog. So here's a picture of a domestic animal. He's just sitting here in the grass. His name is Tristan, a little angel. And he say, hi, Tristan. It's like, hello. All right, so we just found one thing on our list, and I'm going to put down my phone so then we can cross off picture of a domestic animal. Is what we just saw. So we're going to put a line through it just like that. See over here in the corner, picture of domestic animal. Got it? All right, next up we have an edible plant. So in my backyard, my parents like to keep herbs up on our deck. So I thought that I'd use some of those. Right here we have some of our herbs. We have some rosemary, some basil. I don't know what that is. Cilantro, some more cilantro. Those are some of the edible herbs that we have. All right, now we're gonna go through and find a piece of trash. I hope this is a little bit hard for you all to find because it's so nice and easy to keep our environment clean. But I did find one thing in my backyard, which is, I found a newspaper. Isn't that strange? We should probably pick that up and take that inside with us to the garbage can. So I've got it here in my hand. I'm gonna take this back up the steps to our environment list. So we found a piece of trash. Okay. Now I have to go out and find an animal print. Come on, Tristan. I'm gonna bring along my trusty steed to help me with it. What do you think? Come on. Good boy. I don't really know where we'd find an animal print. What do you think? We can go over here into our backyard and look. Oh, here's one. Look at this right here. This is where my dog usually likes to sit and put his paws into the ground. So we got that done, which is awesome. And then we've got one more thing left on our list, which is a blade of grass. As you can tell, we have a lot of grass in this area. So I guess let's just go out here and find us a blade of grass. And so we can put it into our specimen bag. Got it, there it is. Okay, now remember, just get one blade of grass, okay? So now we're back up here at our table. All right, so we found bingo. Isn't that so cool? So I'm gonna show you all my list of what I found. I found the bottom row on here. And since we couldn't really find a specimen of the picture of a domestic animal of my dog, I'm just gonna remember that you all saw the video and the picture that I showed you. And then the animal print, since we can't really dig that out of the ground, we're just gonna leave it like that. But everything else I have here in this bag, so we have our piece of trash right here. We have our herb, which I figured out was mint, right here, down here in the corner. And then our blade of grass is right here. You see it? Perfect. So now that we've gone over all of that, we're gonna go over some of our questions that we asked. I'm just gonna answer one of them. So I'm gonna go over the piece of trash that I got. So remember what I got, I'm gonna take it out of the bag. I got a newspaper, a crumbled up newspaper as our piece of trash. I think it probably fell out of somebody's garbage can because it's a pretty windy day today and it's also garbage day. So maybe it just fell out of somebody's garbage can and ended up in my backyard. How do I think it ended up where I found it? The wind. I think it was the wind. Are there any special features about it? I mean, it's trash, so it doesn't really have any special features on it. Did I use my 5 senses? I used my eyes to find it. I used my sense of smell, because newspaper usually has a pretty defined smell to it. And how can I use this object in everyday life? So my family actually gets a newspaper every single day from the Daily Press, which is the newspaper organization in Williamsburg. So we usually like to read the newspapers. We do the crosswords and the word search and the Sudoku puzzles. And we can all do that. And then we throw it into our recycling bins and then off to the recycling place wherever they go. So that's that. So now I want everyone watching this video is to get this bingo card and go out and find items for them. So I hope y'all have a great day. I hope that y'all learned something about this. I hope that y'all used your skills and your trust environmental sense and that you learned a little bit more about your environment. Have a great day. Bye.